So this problem is asking you to simplify the quantity negative 1/3 times x to the negative 6 times y to the 6 times z to the negative 1. And then that's times the quantity negative 12, x to the negative 3, y to the negative 2, z to the 6th. So it may help to remind yourself that all these things are being multiplied together and they're all representing numbers, or they are numbers, so you can multiply in any order and group things however you want because we have the commutative and associative properties that tell us we can do that. So I'm going to rearrange a little bit and put the negative 1/3 times the negative 12 up in the front. So I'm going to push the numbers to the front together. And then what's left in this first set of parentheses, I'm going to convert the things with negative exponents to be in the denominator with a positive exponent by the definition of negative exponent. So I have y to the 6 has a positive exponent, so it's going to stay in the top of a fraction. X to the negative 6, I like to say jump the fraction line, jump the line, and change the sign. So you jump from the numerator down into the denominator and change the sign of the exponent to positive. Then the z to the negative 1 means the z is actually in the denominator of the fraction with a positive 1 exponent. So then what's left from these second parentheses, because I've pulled out the negative 12 and put it out in the front, now I have z to the 6 has a positive exponent, so it's going to be in the top of a fraction. Then x to the negative 3 is x to the positive 3 in the bottom of the fraction. Y to the negative 2 is y to the positive 2 in the bottom of the fraction. So negative 1/3 times negative 12, that's going to give me positive 4. And then if you like, you can rearrange these terms also so that you have y to the 6th, z to the 6th, over x to the 6th, z x cubed, y squared. And it may just help visually for you to see that they multiply together into one fraction. So now you use your rules of exponents. It says I have a y to the 6th in the top and a y squared in the bottom. So that must mean there's 4 copies of y, or y to the 4th, left in the top. Then I have z to the 6th over z, so that's 6 copies of z in the top and 1 in the bottom, so 1 cancels, leaving me with z to the 5th. And then the denominator, I combine the x to the 6th times x cubed by adding the exponents by that rule of exponents, and here's my final answer. So let me know if you still have questions.